This time next week, I'll be happily sitting at home, contemplating going back for a second slice of pie. I could not be more excited, but for now, I'm going to have to settle for a slice of Explorer Athletics. Hello, I'm Meghan Cooney.
And I'm Charlie Hugg. Next week's turkey is going to be a nice change of pace from the usual pizza and burgers I eat at the dining halls every day. What won't be a nice change of pace is not sitting in front of the camera relaying you guys the latest Explorer sports news. So let's just enjoy this week while we have it. You're watching Salle TV's home for Explorer Athletics, SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine. We have the basketball season taking off while cross country is wrapping up, and we have all of the latest updates right here.
We also got to sit down with members of the women's basketball team to talk about their season so far. And I also went to a campus dodgeball tournament to bring you the newest installment of Charlie Cam.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Number 1, the men's basketball team is currently tied for first place in the A10 conference with a record of 3-0. This marks their first 3-0 start since the 2017-2018 season.
Number 2, the LaSalle Student Athlete Advisory Committee helped collect goods for a local food drive this week. The event is meant to help those in need this holiday season.
Number 3, Tyango Mbambo and McCollum Rowe of the men's cross-country team were named this week's NovaCare Co-Student Athletes of the Week. Both athletes will be competing in the NCAA National Championships after they both finished in the top 15 at regionals. All right, Megan.
All right, a little light on the top 3 this week, and I think that's just because we're, wrapping up fall sports cross country, and really it's only basketball that we have now. But I do want to point out, number 1, basketball having its record season 3-0, undefeated, first season since 2017-2016 season.
I mean, they've earned it. Every game that they've just simply outplayed their opponent. I mean, every win you can say that, but it has been, they've handled every game, and it's looked like it's been their game, and they've really kind of settled into this new program that they have with Fran Dunphy at the helm. And I think last season was kind of a learning curve, and I think now they're really comfortable in this program that he has running. And I think it's something that's going to lead to a lot more success coming up in the season. Yeah,
I'm really excited to see where it goes. I mean, again, only 3 games in, so I feel like it's not, we still got a lot to go, but definitely excited to see where it leads us. And that's it for the top 3. Now let's see how our teams did in this week's recaps. Women's basketball fought hard in their home opener against Maine. The Black Bears came out strong offensively in the first 10 minutes. Aryss Macktoon worked hard for the Explorers, totaling 7 points in the first quarter. The second quarter was similar to the first, with Maine in the lead. Toward the end of the second, Haley Childs, Molly Masciantonio, and Emma Egan found each other to cut the Black Bears' lead to 2 at the break. The last 2 quarters were dominated by Maine. The Explorers were not able to cut their lead, ending in a 58-48 loss for LaSalle. For the annual homecoming game on Saturday, the Explorers matched up against American University. Both teams came out slow in the first quarter. A total of 19 points were scored in the first, ending the quarter 12-7 for LaSalle. The game picked up in the second quarter. The Eagles tied up the game early in the quarter, but that was the closest they got to the Explorers. Emily Tejada got the scoring started in the second with a fast break opportunity. Nicole Melius then got hot, scoring a total of 3 3-pointers in the first half. Michaela Miller also racked up some points, giving the Explorers a sizable lead of 29-14 at the end of the half. The Eagles tried to come back in the start of the third, but were unsuccessful. Tiara Bolden's 3-pointer helped to keep Americans' comeback away. Both teams fought hard for the rest of the game, but Macktoon and Miller's multiple free throws helped to confirm the Explorers' win. The game ended in a 62-53 win for LaSalle, their second win of the season. Last night, the Explorers fought hard again in an away game against Drexel. Both teams started off scoring, and for LaSalle, Emily Tejada started the scoring off with a 3-pointer. Nicole Melios also started off strong, scoring 6 points in the first quarter. But by the end of the first quarter, Drexel had the lead. Drexel continued to build their lead in the second, with LaSalle barely scoring. Tejada pushed for the Explorers to come back, but at the end of the half, they were down 33-21. At the start of the third quarter, LaSalle fought hard to come back, but the Dragons kept control. At the end of the third, Drexel was up by 19 points. The fourth was similar to the third. LaSalle kept fighting to the end, but sadly were not able to come back. The game ended in a 71-46 win for Drexel.
Men's basketball took on Northeastern during the homecoming matchup last Saturday. Rokas Yoshis came out hot, scoring 6 of LaSalle's first 8 points. Jameer Brickus was strong throughout the entire game with a career high of 22 points and going 6 of 12 on shooting and 4 of 8 from 3. Anwar Gill played tough defense throughout the entirety of the game, and Gill rounded out the game with 15 points and a game-high 7 assists and team-high of 5 rebounds. Khalil Brantley contributed another 14 points, going 6 for 6 from the free throw line to seal the win for the Explorers, 79-74. It was then time to take on Bucknell at the Tom Gola Arena. Khalil Brantley started off hot in the first half, scoring 12 points of his 13. Andres Marrero hit 3 3-pointers in the first half to contribute 9 points, and the Explorers ended the half leading 33-28. They still came out swinging in the second half, however, with a 21-8 start, bringing the score to 54-36 with 9 minutes and 49 seconds left to go. Deshaun Shepard was LaSalle's driving force of the night, recording a career-high 22 points and 9 rebounds. The Explorers kept the second half momentum for the rest of the game, and LaSalle pulled out the win with a score of 69-57. Let's see what forward Deshaun Shepard had to say about the victory.
I felt more comfortable on the floor with the guys, and I was playing together for the last 2 years. I feel like we built more of a connection on the court, and we know what everyone wants to do, so I'm definitely comfortable on the court with the people I play with.
Deshaun, Coach Dunphy mentioned that you guys had a great win, but a little bit of a slow start, not something we're used to in this season. What was going on in the beginning of that first half? And obviously your dunks contributed a lot. How did you get your guys going?
First half we did come out slow, something we need to work on. We just, after the first half, we talked in the locker room saying we need to pick everything up, and we came out fire in the second half, and yeah.
Were there any forced shots, or was it just, overall a lackadaisical effort in the beginning?
It was just overall lackadaisical effort. We had to pick it up in the second half, and that's what we did. Came out with the W.
Is there anything specific you told your group as a leader? You've been playing for the past 2 years, and like you said, the guys are trusting you more, and you have a stronger role in this group. Is there anything you told them specifically, or did you just come out, firing?
I just came out fire. Our other leaders on the court, Khalil Brantley, Anwar, and Jig, got everyone together. We all talked in the huddle in the locker room, and that's what we came out and did.
Both the men's and women's cross-country teams rounded out their seasons at the NCAA Mid-Atlantic Regionals at Lehigh University on Friday afternoon. On the women's side, Christine Mancini had a nice first mile, hitting the first checkpoint in 16th place with a time of 5 minutes and 22 seconds. She would continue to finish the rest of the race in 23rd place with a time of 20 minutes and 37 seconds. On the men's side, 2 explorers would hold positions in the top 15 through the first mile. By the 3/4 mark of the race, McCallum Rowe would make his way up to the top 10, where he would stay through the finish. Coming in 10th place with a time of 29 minutes and 40 seconds. Tiango Mbambo would also have a solid day, finishing in 13th place with a time of 29 minutes and 49 seconds, just 9 seconds behind Rowe. Overall, the men's team would finish with 145 points and a 6th place finish, while the women would finish in 16th place with a score of 394. 3 explorers would qualify for nationals, with Mbambo, Rowe, and Mancini all receiving invites to compete on Saturday.
All right, so not a lot to talk about, but a lot to talk about. So first we'll start with men's basketball, who of course are off to a really hot start. And I think the biggest thing to take away is just how many names that we've been mentioning. I mean, a lot of times you see teams, especially at LaSalle when they're doing well, you'll have one star player and they're really kind of carrying. We've mentioned just about every player on this team. I mean, Andres Marrero is knocking down almost every 3 he's taking. Deshaun Shepard with a game high that's just not his thing to be the highest scorer on the team, and to see him going out and doing that, the Killer Bees, like we've mentioned, they'll always do their thing, but to see the other guys, especially Anwar Gill, stepping up, and it's really becoming a whole team that's getting them these wins, and it's not really one player or another taking over, but it's the team as a whole, and I think that's the biggest thing that they've needed these past couple years, is finding that team that they can build around and to have everybody go out and earn them a win.
Yeah, I feel like we're always talking about being concise and having that energy and that glue as a team. And I know even Deshaun mentioned it in the press conference after the game a couple days ago, but he said that they found their groove and they found their niche, and that's what's making them so well. Like you said, like Fran Dunphy brought these guys in, and we've been talking about the same guys the entire time, and that's because they're finding their groove and they're finding their niche and they're able to do like what they're there to do. And when you have that cohesive energy on a team, that just makes it so much better, plus the talent. Like you said, we're seeing, I feel like even Andreas Moraro, we don't see him that much in the scoring, we don't talk about him that much, but he's there. And three-pointers in the first half of the game, and then another one, like you don't really see that from him, shooting so deep, so I feel like it was really good for him to kind of like get out there. And I just feel like we talk about the same people all the time. Like you said, the Killer Bees. Anwar Gill's been really strong on defense recently. And Shepard hitting 22 points, a career high, is absolutely phenomenal. And we just have so much talent on that team that it's just impeccable.
Definitely. And, wouldn't it be a SportsLine show if we weren't talking about cross country and another Mancini? Again, Christine is making it to regionals. It's the second year in a row that we're having 2 men represent the men's cross country team at nationals. It's just, that on its own is amazing. Finishing 6th at regionals is great, and then having 2 more at just making it to nationals, not as a team, but individually, it shows that they are still doing enough on their own to make it, regardless of the team. Just to see even just athletes making it to nationals from LaSalle is really cool.
Yeah, and I know this is Tianka Mbambo's second time going to nationals. He went to nationals last year, and this is McCallum Rowe's first time. But I do feel like you said, all the talent's there. And cross country tends to get overlooked. Like, we'll talk about the Mancini sisters till we're blue in the face, but I still feel like they tend to get a little bit hidden in the limelight when it comes to basketball, especially men's basketball and stuff like that. So it's really good to see 2 explorers representing us at nationals this weekend. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to check out the latest edition of Charlie Cam.
All we hear is Radio Gaga.
All right, there's going to be one whistle to start both games. That's not confusing. You're going to start behind your line or behind the post. You're going to run, you're going to grab the ball, you're going to go back to the line. You have to make it back to the line before you can start throwing your balls.
My Lord Save in this match. And I need to grow some love to join play the ball. Love to sit there and share when I play the keys. When it's time to boss, love to go away to lose. Make the lose, you can do it, be able to
Easy, easy.
Catch it! No!
I got it.
There you go.
Attaboy. Oh, Nick. Heads up, heads up. Oh! Oh! I know. I was out of bounds. I didn't want to wash my feet. Oh, that got him, that got him, that got him, that got him, that got him. Here, watch, Soph.
Hi, I'm Joanna Van Fine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. It's LaSalle TV. Oh, right, of course. All right, I'll do it again. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Fine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. You're watching LaSalle 56. Oh, God. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Fine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. Can't do it. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Fine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Fine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56.
It's right behind you.
LaSalle 56.
TV.
LaSalle TV 6. LaSalle 56. And you're watching LaSalle 56. LaSalle 56. And you're watching LaSalle 56.
You're old!
Hey! And you're watching LaSalle TV. I did it. I did it. I'm not old.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Trying new foods, making friends, and being curious helps too. Just like me, you want to maintain your brain health for as long as possible. I'd like to share with you insights that can make a difference. I'm Kevin Jameson, president of the Dementia Society of America. I'm excited to offer you our free guide. Inside, you'll find 10 building blocks to better brain health, along with facts about dementia, care planning, and how experts make a diagnosis. You'll learn what dementia is and isn't. The Dementia Society of America is a nonprofit organization, and we are ready to answer your questions. Get your free copy of the guide by visiting 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or by calling 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest? I do too, and I'm confident that our free guide can help.
Welcome back. It's been a busy week here at SportsLine. To continue with the excitement of basketball season kicking off, SportsLine reporter Riley Kavchok sat down with members of the women's basketball team. Take a look.
Welcome to On the
I meant to
Sideline,
ask.
where we interview student athletes. Today, I'm here with Molly Masciantonio and Aryss Macktoon, part of the LaSalle women's basketball team. How are you guys? Hi. So I'm going to start with Aryss. It's really good to see your name already on the stat sheet so early on in the season. You were nominated as NovaCare's Athlete of the Week. So being out there and exposed so early on, that's really good for your future. But as a freshman, playing with a whole new team from all over the place with all different playing backgrounds, how has it been adapting, playing at the college D1 level?
I feel like with everyone being new, it's not only for me, but for everybody else, it's just a new environment and something we all have to adapt to and kind of work together in. And it's going to be some ups and downs, but I feel like at the end, we're all going to come together and play really well.
Yeah. Has there been any challenges yet, and have you overcame them if there has been?
Some challenges with just knowing our personnel, and some things come with experience and playing together, and we don't have that yet since we're kind of a new team, but we're working each practice and each game to overcome each of those.
And how do you improve your skill on your own time? What has your work ethic been?
I make sure to get in the gym by myself, shoot around, dribble, work on my handling, post moves outside, and yeah.
Okay, now Molly, it's great to have you back, and I'm sure your team is so happy to have you back. Already the freshmen are coming in strong. We have Aryss, we have Nicole and Laya name on the stat sheet. How is it like playing with a new group of freshmen? What do you think some strengths are that can be valued as they continue playing?
So this year it's like a clean slate, so our whole team's new. And it's good that we have some older girls who came from other schools who are grads and like upperclassmen. But our freshmen this year are really, really talented. Like they have some skill set that like we haven't seen in a long time, and especially since I've been here for a while. So I think getting them into the offense and just keep getting better every day, I think you'll see a lot of improvement from them, and they're main assets on our team.
What do you think? What's something that you wish you knew coming in as a freshman?
I wish I knew that, you know, it's a long season and everything's not going to go well and on your side all the time. But you have to just keep being positive every day and putting in the work, and because it'll eventually pay off. And I also think the biggest thing is, you know, when you're in high school, it's a lot different than when you come to college basketball. It's different positions, and you're different. You have a different role when you get to college. And I think having that mindset of like feeling your role and trying to do the best you can in your role is really important.
Yeah, definitely. Do you see yourself as some kind of role model to not just the freshmen, but underclassmen and other girls who are looking to possibly come to LaSalle to play basketball?
Yeah, I would say so. Just because of the past year I had a hard year last year, and I think I hopefully taught people that like basketball is your escape and to be positive every day, and you know, life is really hard sometimes, and I think just being positive and being surrounded by people who have your back and trusting them is really important. So I hope I can, you know, be a role model to my members.
So for the both of you, within the season, just like any sports season, there's bound to be losses, and you guys have experienced 2 already. So as a team, what's one thing you all do to not feel discouraged?
I think the main thing is just staying together, because it's us versus them, and always like we have to stay together for like every loss and every win. But I think the main thing is just being who we are, and we know who we are, and some days we're gonna have off days, but as long as we can control like our effort and rebounding, that's the main thing that we can control at the end of the day.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, I agree with Molly. I think as long as we like encourage each other on the bench and on the court and stay together as a team, we can overcome the loss.
Yeah. On the team itself, who do you think is really the role player in this scenario? Like, who do you like look at that's always positive, who can always bring like positivity to the team? Is there anyone specific?
Say Julie. She's always smiling, always lifting everyone up no matter what. And and Emily too. They're both like really encouraging to everybody.
And do you think this is something like every team needs, like someone positive to succeed? Emily?
Yeah, and I think energy feeds off energy. So if it's negative, everyone feeds off the negative. But if you have people who are positive, then everyone else will be like, oh, they're positive, like, so stay positive. You know, it's kind of like a domino effect.
Yes. Okay, so last night at Drexel, we know it wasn't the outcome you expected, but do you think it was needed in a way to break down some specific skills to work on going forward?
I always think like you learn from losses and you learn from wins too. And we have a loss, you move forward and you learn off of it. Yeah, but I think every loss we turn into something that we learn from and get better.
So your next game is Tuesday at Ryder. What's one thing you know the team is going to show out on? Something you're going to work on this next week going forward? By the time you're there, it'll show out that didn't necessarily show out Drexel last night. Is there any specific skills?
Rebounding.
Yeah. Yeah, rebounding and putting in maximum 110% effort.
Mm-hmm. So for the both of you, what's one thing you are both looking forward to this season?
Yeah.
I would just say having fun with my teammates. That's why we play the sport, is because it's fun. And I think just experiencing new things and new memories with people, and you know, getting better every day to hopefully win. Like, that's the main goal, obviously, for every game. But you know, just having fun with it always. And yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory here at LaSalle so far? You've been here?
There's a lot. My years are kind of like combining sometimes. But I think last year, well, one of the games we won on a buzzer beater against Duquesne home. That was my favorite memory. And then last year we went to Alaska for 4 days, which was really fun. It was a really cool experience, and I think that was really fun.
That is. So what are either of your personal goals for yourself this season?
I'm looking forward to improving my ball handling and being more efficient with my shots and being able to calm down on offense so I can see the open person, and yeah.
And Molly?
I would say just keep getting better as myself, and just keep leading by example and being there for my teammates, and keep filling that leadership role and helping my teammates as best as I can.
If there's one thing that you could say to anyone looking to join LaSalle's basketball team next year and in the next couple of years, what would that be?
I would say you won't regret it. I've been here a long time, and you know, I love it. I love the environment. I love the city, and I think you would love it if you came here.
Do you have anything? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Well, thank you to the both of you for coming out here. I really appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck with the remaining of your season. Now we're going to go back to Meghan and Charlie at the desk.
We're going to take one more quick break, but when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games. Stay tuned.
As birthplace to the first volunteer fire companies, Philadelphia is home to one of the nation's premier fire museums. Fireman's Hall Museum displays the city's fire history in addition to promoting fire safety. You can visit Fireman's Hall Museum in Old City at 147 North 2nd Street. Visit firemanshallmuseum.org to learn more, or watch the museum's show, Curator's Corner, on LaSalle TV.
Making just one connection during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
Welcome back. We've got another week of LaSalle sports coming up, so here's what you have to look forward to. Women's basketball will travel to Ryder on Tuesday to take on the Bronx. The men's team will play a home match against Southern Indiana on Saturday before traveling down to Durham, North Carolina to take on top 10 opponent in the Duke Blue Devils following the Thanksgiving holiday. The men's team will also take on Coppin State and Temple, while the women will face Penn.
The men's and women's swimming and diving teams will face Queens College of Charlotte on Tuesday before competing in the Toyota U.S. Open on November 29th. 3 explorers will also represent LaSalle at the NCAA Cross Country Championship, with Tyanga Mbambo, McCallum Rowe, and Christine Mancini heading down to Charlottesville, Virginia to compete on Saturday.
All right, so we have 2 weeks of games coming up because next week's Thanksgiving, so we won't be here. But really exciting stuff. LaSalle men's taking on Duke.
Yeah, definitely the elephant in the room here. Top 10 team, that'll be very interesting. If we're able to win that game, I am storming 20th Street and Olney. I don't know, but something needs to be done. But that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Duke will test this team. Right now, the opponents have been fair, but I feel like playing up against Duke, and you're at Duke too, I feel like is going to be a really big test of this team's strength and talent.
Yeah, it'll just be a cool experience for the athletes anyway. So.
Definitely. That just about wraps it up for this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorers play, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. Keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalle TV and on Instagram at SportsLine LTV. We welcome you to send your thoughts and suggestions there.
From our entire SportsLine team, I'm Meghan Cooney.
And I'm Charlie Hugg. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.